Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. I'm just going to see if we're live or not. I thought there was something wrong there. Kind of broadband speeds are a bit slow this morning for some reason, I don't know why. I've kind of shut everything down and kind of put it back on again, but so hopefully there's no interruptions. But welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the markets. We're going just kind of shooting the breeze because there's not that much news, to be honest. Well, there is always news, but is it going to move the market? I don't know. So we'll look at some of the news kind of stories as well, and just chat, just see what happens in the chat. If you want to talk about anything, about investing, about crypto, about Christmas, about, I don't know, the colour of your underwear, I don't know anything at all. We'll just kind of chat, but I'll just see if we're live or not. Just now, just see who's in the house. Who's in the house? Oh, I've not updated the headline for this as well either. Or it's not updated. Sugar. That's fine, I'll sort that after. Okay, we've got Andreas is in the house. One sec. I'm not organised at all. It's because I had to shut everything down and come back on again. Right, we'll just jump over. Okay, first of all, crush the likes, everybody. Go down to the like button just now and just hit those likes. The channel is growing very, very slowly, and I know why it's growing very slowly. It's because of this format. A lot of people don't like to come in and watch a video where I'm talking to you, but we like the format, and that's kind of all that matters, and it'll grow bit by bit. Okay, Andreas is in the house. Good morning to you. Kevin VT is in. James Oklahoma, one of our brilliant admins, is in. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Gareth Passage is in. Ajmil Salim, Nulls Bull is in. Deb T94, thank you for mentioning ENJ last night. No problem. Did I mention it last night? Peter Harding is in. Marcus Shafari, Atif Mahmood, Martin and Sonia, Mitch Dowder, Chris Noble, Gareth Passage were mentioned. Patrick Frey is in the house this morning as well. Good to see you here, everybody. And Jan is in the house. Jan Geck, is that correct? And Hodler679. Okay, so look at the markets overall. But crappy, to be honest. 110 billion market capitalization overall. Bitcoin dominance up to 55%. Bitcoin itself down to 3,481 aggregated price across the kind of markets. And we'll just look at who the winners and losers are. Wax up 11%. Bitcoin private up 10%. That's only two in double digits. 10x gone up to 27 cents. Ethereum Classic gone back up to $4, which is good to see. So we've got about 10% in the green and 90% in the red. MOAC down 18%. Factom, Decentralized, Decred, ELF, Rivian is down as well. Bitcoin, they're all down at the moment as well. Okay, I thought it'd be interesting. Just while the markets are kind of slow and kind of nothing much happening just now, I thought it'd be interesting to see who the all-time or look at the whole of the market, the full kind of 2068 of the cryptocurrencies, see what's going up. We're going to ignore the ones where the volume is really low. The volume, we'll just do 100k plus. And see if that makes any difference. So we just want the volume 100k plus. And we're going to look at the last 7 days to see who's kind of risen. Veros is up 551% over the last 7 days. That's with a volume of 934,000. SharePay, 419%. And Evencoin, up 407%. Again, relatively low volume, 196,000 and 112,000 respectively. Sakura Bloom. And this is where you can find out some projects that you've probably never heard of. Sakura Bloom, never heard of that, up 93%, up 1% over the last 24 hours. Up nearly 1% over the last hour. LightPay Coin as well, up 87% over the last 7 days. So there's not much happening even across the whole of that. We'll just go up 10k and look at that as well. 10k is not that much, obviously. There's nothing really much happening. 28,000 Dynasty Coin. So there's nothing really happening across the board, to be honest. This is out of the 2068. This is actually on CoinMarketCap. You've got ones that are not on CoinMarketCap yet, obviously. And we'll just look at Coin Signals as well and just see how some of the smaller ones that we're looking at are doing. or I'm looking at, if I'm being honest, but I know a lot of you are into them as well. So we'll look at BABB, see what's happening with BABB just now, and we're going to KuCoin /hash should be. Just look at the order books for BABB, still bullish on BABB. So we've got Digitex futures down to 1,000 Satoshi at the moment for Digitex futures, in line with the market, to be honest. BABB, what are they doing just now? And we'll go to Bitcoin. 10 Satoshi at the moment, still in that kind of trading channel. Just now, right in the middle of it, slap bang in the middle, between 9 and 11 Satoshi. I just want to see the order books for BABB. It's going really low, so it looks as if it's going to go down to 10 and 9. So to buy 9 Satoshi, 27 million, not that much. And to sell 11 Satoshi is 15 million. So there's more kind of sellers than buyers here. It was doing well for a while, but the order book's come back down. It looks as if it's going to go down to 10 and 9 Satoshi. Again, in line with the markets, but they've got good news coming out in December, hopefully. Soon, it should be within hopefully next week or so. What else? We're looking at Metamorph. I've not kind of looked at them this morning. Down to 134 is Metamorph. So not looking good for the alts that we're in as well. It's not looking good for the whole of the market, to be honest, but it's not looking good for the kind of smaller ones we're into. So Metamorph is down to about, what, 300,000? $313,000 market capitalization. That's just crazy. So I need to wait and see kind of what happens with that once the market picks back up. We'll look at kind of Bitcoin as well, BTC USD. Yeah, it is really slow this morning actually. So just coming a bigger scale here. And we're sitting at 3,400. Still looks as if it's going to go down further. Probably the next support of 3,000. We're looking at, as much of it as I'm an optimist, obviously I have to kind of see where it's going just now, and it does look as if it's going to go down further. Hopefully there's going to be spikes back up and there's going to be bounces back up, and you never know one that is going to really catch the shorters out as well. It might have a short squeeze as well, but it doesn't look like it just now. It looks as if it's going to go down further, and we're going to possibly hit the 3,000 kind of level this week, and possibly below that as well. So around about 3,000 is going to be your next kind of support area for that. So I need to wait and see what happens. Do I still think this is being manipulated and all that kind of conspiracy theory stuff? Yeah, totally. Absolutely 100% certain of it. If I was a big, huge player in the market, this is exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be selling, and getting people panicking and getting them to sell lower and buying it all back up at around about these prices or even lower. So we don't know how low it could go. So make no mistake, the big boys are in there just now, or the big kind of guns are in there, not necessarily boys, could be women as well, so not being sexist. So yeah, I definitely think it's being manipulated, and we're panicking just now. This is why I've just kind of let go emotionally of the markets and just saying, okay, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and just trading in between times as well. Okay, I'm looking at ADA just now. I've just bought into ADA, so totally biased here. Looking at Cardano and look at BTC price. What are they just now? 868. And that's a good price just now. That's on a weekly chart, so no signs of a recovery for Cardano just now, but I do think it'll come back up. So I still think it's good for short term and long term, but according to the charts, you would not touch Cardano with a barge pole at the moment. I'll look on the 4-hourly chart for Cardano. Yeah, it's kind of trading sideways at the minute on the 4-hour chart. And look at NEO, not looked at NEO for a long time as well. I still love NEO, what they're doing. Again, kind of trading sideways, up and down just now with the kind of everything that's going on. I'll just look at the USD value. So $6.23 still amazes me to see that. It's almost gone back to kind of ant shares. I think ant shares got up to $7 at one point. So it's gone back down to ant shares before it changed over to NEO. I remember that well. So it's been down as low as $5.46. So I think now's a good time to get into that as well. Just look at coin market. So we'll just look at Ethereum as well. Somebody was asking about Ethereum this morning. So ETHUSD. And just look at the Bitfinex price. $92.58, again kind of trading sideways from here. Has been as low as $80 nearly. And for me, again, this would all be dollar cost averaging in. I keep talking about that, but I really do think this is a good time to get some, even if you think it's still going to go lower, because you never know what's going to happen in this market. It could turn on a dime and just totally flip and do 180 degrees and just start rising back up from here. And you'd be kicking yourself if you didn't get in at these prices. So rather than trying to wait for the low prices to hit, because nobody knows the low prices. So this could be the lowest it's going to go. Or it could be just the start of the kind of bear run for Ethereum. You know, it's not just the start of it, but it could go even lower to $30, $40, $50. But this is why dollar cost averaging in is going to be good. So if you've got $1,000 and you want to put in Ethereum, do that. If it goes lower, put another 1,000 in. If it goes lower, another 1,000 in. Now I'll just look at XRP. We've not looked at XRP in a while. That's kind of trading sideways at the moment as well. So 8,805 just now. It did get to 8,550. For the long term, I still think that's going to explode. Yeah, that's going to come back up as well. Who else? Ethereum, Stellar. I've not really looked into Stellar. And I mean looked into by keeping up with the news and keeping up with the kind of developments of Stellar either. Stellar Lemons, again trading sideways. Most of the kind of top ones are trading sideways at the minute. Tether, Bitcoin Cash, I'm not even going to look at. EOS, SBTC. EOS is coming up a wee bit. It's been down as low as 47,000. It's now up to 54,000. So EOS had a big drop, obviously. It's had a huge drop if we look at the kind of weekly chart. Kind of from the high of 227,000 down to 54,000 just now. But it's almost 4 times off its all-time high. Okay, I'll just go back to chat, see what you're kind of talking about. Liam Hunter's in. Imran Chowdhury, in 2018, everyone wanted to be in crypto. 2019, we'll find out who really wants to be in crypto. Yeah, well, I think we'll all still be in crypto because our portfolios are that down. We can do nothing but hodl, a lot of us. Benjamin K is in the house. Good morning to you. Imran Chowdhury, Amazon didn't exist before the internet. It can exist. It can't exist without the internet. It's an internet native company. Excited to see what crypto native companies build in the coming year. Onward and up here. Upward. Yeah. I think for blockchain is going to be widely adopted in 2019. Cryptocurrencies, I still think it's been highly manipulated at the moment, and we'll see what happens with cryptocurrencies in 2019. I still think they're going to go up, still think Bitcoin is going to go up, still think Bitcoin is going to be king, and still 100% believe in crypto as a kind of currency and what's going to happen for it in the future as well. I still think it's got a huge future, depending on how these kind of big people are going to play it as well. The likes of Soros and kind of people like that, what they're going to do with it, because ultimately they're controlling it just now. Christopher A, good morning everyone. Well said, Imran. Kevin VT, even in a down market, I don't think you can go wrong with XRP. It'd be an excellent long-term investment. I really do think so as well. So I was looking at all the kind of cryptos over the last week and just saying, okay, what would I go on long-term? And there's loads of them that go on long-term. The likes of Neo, XRP, Cardano, BNB as well, Ethereum. There'd be loads. I would just go into for the long-term at these prices and just say, okay, I'm just going to hodl it for 2 years. But I went with Cardano. And I might just kind of trade it if it goes up in the short term. If it goes up 100% in the short term, I'll get back out and just start trading it. But for the long term, I'm not bothered at all about holding it for long term. I still think it's going to do well. Somebody was telling me that Charles Hoskinson is going to be in Edinburgh this morning. I didn't actually realise till this morning. Crypto Dread, hello to all, and let's all have a great, blessed day. Yes, indeed, Crypto Dread. Imran Chowdhury, what's your favourite stablecoin, Steve? USDT, True USD, Gemini Dollar. At the moment, USDT. A lot of people, there's a lot of kind of stuff about it a lot of people don't like. Still USDT for me. I've been used to using it in the past, so I still think it's okay just now until I kind of hear otherwise. I've not used any of the others. So USDT for me. Kevin VT, BTC is still $10,000 by the end of the year. Yes, we have. How long have we got till the end of the year? We've got 20 days until the end of the year. Could it go up to $10,000? Probably not, to be honest, but I'm just going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with $10,000 by the end of the year. Peter J, hi to you. Big boys aren't getting my BTC. Benjamin K, good. I keep trying to think of ways, kind of come up with ways to kind of beat the big boys, because you're never going to beat them unless you've got millions and millions of dollars. So how do you get millions and millions of dollars together? And it's just like almost like a kind of a scheme whereby everybody has to put in £100 per month or $100 per month, and all we do is just buy Bitcoin. We start some kind of fund or something. All we do is just buy Bitcoin. Dollar cost average, keep buying it. So we've got, I don't know, 100, 1,000, 10,000 Bitcoin, but it's just one big fund and we're all part of it as well. So we're going against the big boys, because collectively we can't do anything individually against the big boys out there, but collectively we can. So it's trying to think of ways whereby collectively, how can we do that? It'd be extremely difficult to coordinate. This is just me kind of doing the kind of pipe dreams and thinking, how could we do this for the greater good of the world and beat these kind of guys at their own game? But they're always going to have more money than us, and we're kind of sheep in a way, if we're being honest. And we're just hoping that we get the kind of scraps from their table and that Bitcoin price goes up. But it's yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting in 2019. Imran, Icon has shown solid progress in bear market in terms of building tech. It is. I think Icon are going to do really well as well. I think they're one of the smaller caps that's going to do extremely well. Magpollen, but many people who are in crypto markets start to hold more as before. Many lost almost their all out of cryptos. Now people will believe in it in the long term. I think we have to hodl kind of for the long term. I think that's all we can do just now. If you've lost out big time, like a lot of us have. G-Slick, hi to you. Mark Innes is in the house. William Hughes, ONT. ONT I think are going to do well as well for the long term. The short term I don't know for trading. Kevin VT, I think the SEC is a scam. They're making a killing of fining companies for security non-compliance. Totally agree with that. Just government controlled. It's all a way to control us much more. Loyal Tangi, thanks Steve, I'm a believer too. Excellent. Marquinez, Benjamin K, thumbs up. Gareth Passage, TRX will do well in 2019. I believe so. I think TRX is going to do amazing. They've got the balls to kind of do it and go places. And I think Justin Sun is going to go places in 2019 with Tron. Shahid, 1XP is decoupled from BTC. It will take over Bitcoin. 1XP is decoupled from BTC. Is that a project, 1XP? I've not heard of that. Or is that Experience Hands you're talking about, XP? Christopher A, I think ADA was an excellent choice. Stephen, disclaimer, I'm pretty biased about this token. Yeah, I think with everything that I've kind of read about Cardano and Charles Hoskinson, I love listening to Charles Hoskinson. I think he... Oh, thanks very much from Keg and Loyal Tangi. I really appreciate the kind of $5 donation there. Steve, get your new TRX wallet address so I can tip your brother. I keep meaning to do it. I've not got it done, but I will do it. I'll get it sorted after today, the TRX. But thank you very much. Really appreciate the kind of donations, guys. Really appreciate it. Imran Chowdhury, have you seen Davin CJ15? He had a YouTube video back in 2011 when he was urging people to buy BTC for $1 and was trashed in his comments. He's becoming a crypto celeb at the moment. No, I've not seen that. I'll need to check that out. Loyal Tangy, yes, TRX will do great. Yes, it will. Bernard Ronald, hello Steve. Hello to you as well, Bernard. That's hard to say that, Bernard Ronald. Bernard, because I always want to say Bernard Roland. Maybe it's just me. Gareth Passage started trading December 2017 in a bear market. Think trading in a bull market will be better. I think so, definitely. See, I started trading as a bull market was happening in June 2017 and really lived through the kind of bull market and thought, oh, this is going even higher, and just kept on hodling and hodling and hodling because I was inexperienced at the time. Now I would totally take profits off the top with all of my cryptos I've got just now. I wouldn't just hodl thinking it's going to keep on going up, but definitely learned my lesson there. Again, thanks again to Loyal Tanja and Kig. I really appreciate your donations, guys. Imran Chowdhury, did you see that emotional tirade against the SEC by Elon Musk? I've not watched it yet. It's on my kind of subscription list to kind of watch it, but I've not actually seen it yet. Shahid, sorry, typo, I meant once. Once XP, right, okay. Right, I'm with you. Gareth Passage, learned that lesson too. Yeah, I think a lot of us have learned the lesson of going through the kind of previous bull market from kind of December last year until April this year. I still look back in that time and think, shit, I should have sold out. But there's so many people kind of in the same boat. But there's so many people that actually did sell out at the right time. Right, we'll just go over very quickly a few of the kind of news stories. Oh, thanks. I hate all these pop-ups, man. Japan, we've seen this before already. I've kind of spoken about this before. Just Japan to set a new crypto tax system to reveal cryptocurrency tax evaders. But they're going to set up a new tax system, and I think it's going to be about 20% on cryptocurrency profits that you make in Japan. So if you're making that, I think 20% is going to be good. I think just now it's up to 55% at the moment. So Japan are kind of leading the way with that as well. To a degree, UK are, I don't know what the US system's like, but UK are as well. They're kind of classing it as capital gains tax, but they can't do it any other way just now because there's so many people have lost out on the crypto portfolios that they could actually, well, they can't claim tax back, but you could claim a loss on the tax on the cryptocurrency just now. So there's two kind of ways to tax it in the UK just now, and the government have still not came out and are clear about it. They're still kind of, it's a very grey area. So one is capital gains tax at 20% or kind of sometimes less, depends on how much you earn. And the other is as a trader, where you get taxed about 45% on it. As a trader, if you're doing this, if you're making kind of lots of trades. And I've made lots of trades, but if I was getting taxed as a trader, I wouldn't get taxed anything because I've made so many losses as well. So it's not in the government's best interest to kind of chase people that are traders. So it's in the best interest to just look at the capital gains tax as well. So I think that's going to stay within the UK, and hopefully they'll bring something out for UK and for US and across kind of Europe and the world as well. What else was the headlines here? Cardano to survive and showcase interest in the long run. As I said, Charles Hoskinson has gone to Edinburgh today. He's talking about IOHK. And I think there's loads of other speakers there as well, and I got that kind of news this morning in the Telegram chat. So this is talking about experiencing the current general market uncertainty. Many crypto enthusiasts and traders ask themselves more often which coin will turn as true value in the years to come. Taking a look at the yearly chart and seeing the not stopping price decline of the virtual assets, you can easily conclude that 2017 was the year of the gold rush, while now technological potential is truly being the base of value comparison. That's what I think is happening with Cardano as well. This is all about looking at the tech, looking at the team, and looking at where they could go in the future as well. This is why I kind of chose kind of Cardano as the longer term, short term and longer term. If it goes up 100%, as I said, I'll just trade it, or kind of get out of it and go back in again when it goes back down. But I do think Cardano, and I've been saying it for a long time, is one of the more technically advanced kind of blockchains out there. And Charles Hoskinson, I just think, is a brilliant speaker as well. PayPal launches blockchain-based innovation reward system for employees. So this is about PayPal kind of looking for kind of innovation in the kind of blockchain space, and they're kind of turning towards their employees for that. So major global online payment system PayPal has launched a blockchain-based reward system for its employees. Financial news channel Cheddar reported on the platform launch December the 6th, citing PayPal's Director of Innovation, Michael Tedasco. Employees using the program are granted tokens for participating in innovation-related programs and contributing ideas. These tokens are only valid within PayPal and can be traded among the participants of the program via public ledger. So I thought that was interesting that they're kind of doing that, and obviously PayPal are going to be much more involved in the blockchain space as well, I believe, as are the bigger companies as well. Everybody's looking to get into blockchain at the moment. I thought this was interesting, but I think it's really, this is from CoinSpeaker, I think it's mainly kind of like an advert kind of thing, but I thought it was still interesting nonetheless. WCX, which I've never kind of used or heard of, a trading platform which lets people access the global financial markets using just Bitcoin, allows its users to go long or short on more than 100 markets, with all profits and losses paid out in Bitcoin. So I think this is good. I might actually write to kind of look at WCX. I'm just going to have a look at it. So I might actually kind of reach out to them. But this is across all markets, but it's just in Bitcoin that you've got. So this is the kind of trades placed, 174,000. Trading volume in Bitcoin is 441,000. So it's a kind of big market for this as well. And obviously you can trade anything at all across the 100 kind of biggest markets. Talking about currency, the stock index, indices as well. It's going to see as 100. It'd be interesting to do that as well. Kind of look at that. So I'm going to look more into that as well. But it's just in Bitcoin. I thought this was really quite interesting as well. Because if you're, for me, I would be looking, and you can do spread betting for this as well. I'd be looking at the stock markets going down from here, or from 7,500 for the UK 100, for the FTSE 100. I kind of looked at it going down. You can do spread betting, which is tax-free as well. If you're thinking the markets are going to go down, I do think the markets are coming in for a big shock in the next year or so. And it's starting to happen just now, but they're kind of up and down at the moment. Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped 3% as the bottom still inside. So this is, I'm just asking a question, have we hit the bottom yet? I don't think so, but you never know with the crypto market. But this is just asking a question. This is from ccn.com as well. Bitcoin price slumps, Bitmain to shut down Israeli center. So Bitmain is the world's largest leading Bitcoin ASIC miner maker, is set to close its developmental center located in Ra'anana, Israel, and lay off 23 employees. Following the recent crash in the price of Bitcoin and other crypto assets, reported local news source Globes on December the 10th, 2018. So this is kind of the Israeli branch of Bitmain to close down and lay off 23 employees as well because of the Bitcoin kind of price crash as well, which is not good news. Well, it's not good news for the 23 employees, but it's not good news. It doesn't make for good news in the crypto sphere as a whole. So they're asking, is this the end of the road? Of course it's not the end of the road. I don't think. I think that was the main headlines. I covered them all, yep. That was from CryptoLark, talking about Japan as well. I like CryptoLark, he's very, very grounded. Superman, I was watching Superman the other day as well. Yesterday or this morning I was watching Superman, talking about how he's been kind of victimised. Not victimised, but kind of how YouTube are kind of stifling his content and what's happening and why he thinks it's happening as well. It's quite interesting actually. So I'll put a link to kind of Superman's post. I'll just try and find it there. YouTube. Go to subscriptions. Where is Superman? Find Supo. I am being silenced and ridiculed. That's from Superman. I know a lot of people don't like Superman, but this was an interesting take on kind of crypto market as a whole as well. So check that out as well. I watched that this morning as well when I got up. And I do like Superman for kind of entertainment value as well. And there's education kind of value in there as well. But I do like him from an entertainment kind of value as well. But the last couple of videos that he's put out has actually been quite interesting. So check them out as well. Kevin VT, thank you very much for your $5 donation. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you for another great video. Oh, thanks for that. Really appreciate it. Okay. I think in 5 years we will see you doing this live stream in a Lambo. That would be fantastic. That would be brilliant. That would be amazing if that was. I would just be amazing. I wouldn't buy a Lambo, to be honest. I wouldn't waste money. I'd still just buy a wee car, and just live in a nice house. That's all I need. A nice house with my wife. My kids are grown up. Make sure they're all kind of settled. They're settled just now. Actually, we've set them up already, because the boys have kind of moved out as well. So we've kind of set them up, but I'd like to set them up kind of even more if I could. And that's it. That's all I need. I don't need a big fancy car. Don't need a big, huge fancy house. Although I'd like a nice kind of comfortable, really comfortable flat. I don't ask for much, and just doing what I love to do. And this is doing this. I'm doing my business. That's all I need. So I need my wife, a good book, nice house, see the boys settled, and some good, very close friends. I've not got a lot of friends. I've just got one or two very close friends, because all these people have got hundreds of friends. I don't know how you can have hundreds of friends. I can't even focus on one friend at a time, never mind hundreds, and give my time to them and kind of be a good friend. So I've got very, very close circle of friends as well. So that's all I need. I don't need a lot of money. I'd probably obviously help my mum and dad out, and my kind of sisters and stuff like that as well. But as long as I'm comfortable, that's all that matters to me. But it's nice to kind of still make money. That's why I'm in business, to make money as well. It's nice to make that money and just be safe and secure for the future as well. Ken got a new tipping app. Excellent. That's from G-Slick, sorry. Gene, what's up, folks? Good to see you, Gene. We're just finishing up, or just nearly finished up. Can't wait to see products backed by BTC, like insurance, mortgages, pensions. Yes, I think what's going to happen now is like they're going to tokenize everything. There's going to become a tokenized economy, whereby everything is going to be tokenized. If people want to buy a building and invest in buildings, it's happening just now. Invest in kind of buildings, for example. If you want to buy a new house, could get 100 people. You can tokenize that house and get 100 people buying into it, and they just kind of landlord rents it out, and you get 8% per annum return on it. Stuff like that is going to kind of happen with blockchain. Insurance is happening already. I've invested in a company called IPL. That's kind of happening already as well. Insurance is on the blockchain just now, but it's going to take a couple of years for it to kind of refine and define it as well. Pensions, most definitely as well. Medical records, that's happening already just now as well, whereby you don't have to, if you move to a new practice, you won't have to kind of take all your stuff over. They won't have to take weeks to send over for it and do all the admin stuff. It'll be on the blockchain. So yeah, blockchain is going to be huge. And this is just the start of it, and we're just imagineering what's going to happen, what we can do with blockchain just now. But it's not the be-all and end-all. You can't put every single thing on the blockchain. Just kind of likes of records, but could revolutionise the way we kind of live as well. BTC for welfare state may even be an idea, so people who are receiving job seekers allowance would have their own unique BTC wallet. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something. Aloysius declared, hi to you. Kim VT, as miners shut down, the BTC reward gets higher. Yes, it does for the other miners, yeah. Crypto Zombie is good. Never checked out Crypto Zombie. Crypto Zombie. Oh, I've subscribed. I've just never seen his kind of feeds in my subscription channel. Why have I not seen that? All right, I have seen him. Sorry, I just didn't recognise the name. I have seen him. Token Mints, do apologise. Dave294, despise Superman. A lot of people, yeah, he's like Marmite, you either love him or you hate him. I do like him, I must admit. Aloysius declared SEC going after a lot of influence, and rightfully so. People need to disclose if they get paid to promote. Yes, I totally believe that as well. And I got somebody wasn't happy with me that I disclosed I was actually getting paid for a video. They weren't happy with me at all about it. They kind of seen my point of view after I kind of spoke to them about it, but I just said I'm not going to lie to the kind of viewers. I'm not going to. It doesn't matter how much it pay me, and I kind of lost out on a couple of $1,000 to be honest, because they were going to do other stuff with me as well. But I lost out on a couple of $1,000. But I'd rather keep my integrity than have another couple of $1,000 in the bank account. So I kind of disclosed it. Yeah, and they weren't happy about it. They said that wasn't the agreement, but I have to. If I'm getting paid for something, then I'm going to disclose it. So I'll always disclose, and I always think you should as well, for your own integrity and people trusting you as well. So it doesn't matter to me that I lost out on a couple of $1,000. Obviously it does, but it doesn't really. I'd rather keep my integrity than have a couple of $1,000 in the bank account. Integrity will last a lifetime. A couple of $1,000 will last a month. Imran Chowdhury, need to get kids having 3 digital piggy bank BTC wallet. Yes, I think that is a brilliant idea for people doing that as well. And there's probably companies doing this already. This was kind of an idea I had for ages ago, because I was buying my niece, who was born last year. I was thinking about buying a Bitcoin, but people don't know about Bitcoin and how to get to a Bitcoin wallet, how to get it back in 10, 15 years time. So we need to make that process much, much easier as well. And it'd be good to start a company like that just for kids to invest in Bitcoin. It'd be good to see something like that happen. I think it's a brilliant idea to start a business doing something like that. But there's loads of things. There's loads of kind of red tape around that as well. Eloy Tanji, nice, same here. I don't know what that's referring to. Aloysius de Klerk, even Mayweather had to pay LOL, trying to make a quick buck at the expense of others. What does him and DJ Khaled know about crypto? Yeah, I've seen that kind of news about Mayweather as well. Benjamin K, great goals, mate. Thanks very much. Geez, like Mediblock, yeah, Mediblock was one of them. Medichain or something. It came out as a big ICO back in the day. Well, months ago it was a big ICO. I don't know what's happened with them now, but I don't think it was Mediblock. It was something else, but it was one of them. And Chico Crypto's cool. I've probably got Chico Crypto as well. I just like to kind of check out these kind of people as well if somebody recommends them. Subscribed already, so I've got Chico Crypto as well. How am I not seeing these? Unless I'm not doing a lot of videos. This is all my subscriptions. Unless YouTube are just kind of filtering as well. Hope they're not. Ivan on Tech, Nuggets News, BitBoy Crypto, CryptoLark. I wonder if they're filtering my kind of subscriptions, because I don't see a lot of the ones of, unless they're just not making videos. I need to check that out. Cedric Dahl, I like Cedric Dahl as well. Sign Labs having problems. I've not checked into Sign Labs for a while. We've looked at it before. And yes, and the record for the property sale will be recorded on a blockchain and an excellent decentralized proof of ownership, a problem people are having with all fires burning homes lately. Yes, indeed. Chico and his beers, LOL. Imran Chowdhury, check out Pixby ICO, the pig-shaped hardware wallet. Ah, right. I need to check that out, Imran. Came up 7% in 24 hours. They were up 9% yesterday, so they're doing well. And I'm glad to see that as well. Got to hit the little bell, Steve. LOL. Yes. Okay, that's it for just now. It wasn't kind of much in the way of content, but I do kind of like talking to you about kind of stuff in the real world as well as the crypto world as well. So that's it for the moment. Thank you all for kind of spending some time with me and having a crypto and a cup of coffee with me as well. Really appreciate your time. I know you could be doing other things, so I do appreciate your time here. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.